Hi, my name's Devaney Montanez Niffin. This is the second half of summer course, 6-week course of the criminal justice system. Today is Sunday, July 13th, and I will be working on Project 3 today. So as always, I just have my questions to the left. I'll delete them and write everything at the end. And then we're just going to jump right into it. I'm going to pull up the website. All right, now that we're on the website menu, research and statistics, briefing book. Scrolling down to topics so we can get just what we're looking for. All right, so we're going to be using this website to find out what is meant by the upper age of jurisdiction. So that's going to be in this little category. Jurisdiction boundaries. So to figure out, we're going to just figure out what are the upper and lower ages. All right. So the upper age is 17 and lower age is not specified for delinquency, blah, blah. It's not exactly what we're looking for. Let's see if this one has it. All right. So let's scroll down. There we go. The upper age of jurisdiction is the oldest age at which a juvenile court has original jurisdiction over an individual for law-violating behavior. So, the, quote, upper age of jurisdiction, quote, because we have it on there, is the oldest age that the juvenile, maybe if I could spell correctly, court has original jurisdiction over a youth for violating law behavior. Okay, so we got that part. For violating, okay, whatever. I'll fix it later. All right, so what is the variation across the company, or the country, not company, sorry. In most states, the juvenile court has original jurisdiction over all youth charged under 18. In almost all states, they have jurisdiction over all youths under the age of 18. All right. So that's just how I'm getting the information and how I'm kind of putting it into my own words. I'm going to explain more. I'm going to go more in depth as I'm doing it. Did I know that before, like priorly? No, I did not. I thought it was 17, I think. I think it was like 16 or 17. I was like kind of thinking. And then what is the federal definition of juvenile? A juvenile is a youth at or below the upper age of the original jurisdiction in a state. That is the definition. I'm just putting it into my own words over there. Moving on to question 2. Who is the primary referring source? Juveniles. What portion does this source? Okay. So I'm going to go over here. Referring source to juvenile court. Pretty much sums that up. All right. All right. 86 of delinquency cases were referred to courts by law enforcement. Law enforcement Maybe again, if I could learn how to spell, probably get me farther. Law enforcement refers up to 86% of delinquency cases. Perfect. What portion does this? Oh, there we go. 86%. All right, now pick 6 topics of the OJJDP Juvenile Corrections FAQ. All right, summarize in our own words. Hello, why can't I get out of this? There we go. Go here. Briefing book. Topics. All right, now. Yeah, juveniles and corrections. All right. So I would just go over here. How many youths are held in residential placement on a given day? How many youths are held in residential placement on a given day in the U.S.? Again, I will put everything into my own words after the fact, but we're just going to go here. Answer about 27,587. So, I'm just going to continue to do that for the next 5 that I need to do. Let's change it up. Does time placement vary by sex? Based on an individual's sex, comma, does it affect their time placement? Gosh, this is just an example of me putting it into my own words, how I didn't do it on number 1, but then I put the question into my own words, just so we know. Males tend to stay longer in facilities than females. No. Alright, so I would just do that the next 3 times again, or 4 times, sorry. How do residential rates vary by states? There was a broad range of state residential from 10 to 269 per 100,000 units. Sorry. So I would continue to do that for all 6. Describe the CJR. So I'm just gonna go like this. What are the... Here we are. So it's actually gonna bring me still to the site. And I can keep going back and forth. Describe what they are. So, CJRP is a detailed Picture of youths in residential placements. All right. JFRC. The companion collection. It's the collects information about the facilities in which juvenile, where youths are held. So that answers the first one. Nope, go away. No. There. Now, we need 3 useful descriptions. Let's just click this. Okay, whatever. Let's just look up CJRP. Alright, publication. There we go. So we can get so right here. In 2019, 58% of youths held for an offense and were committed to the facility as a part of court order description. So, again, I will put everything into my own words at the end, but that is how I'm going to get to my evidence, and then I would just have to do that 2 more times. So, technically, I can sit here and choose 3 of these. Or I can do youth ages of 16 and 17 contribute 25% of general youth population. I can put that right over there again, and then just form everything into my own words. Other than that, that's just how I'm going to finish this assignment. I'm just going to continue to use the same steps as I was priorly, and change everything into my own words, get rid of the original questions, and then turn it in. Thank you for your time.